Martin Luther King was an alpha. I had no idea that he was an alpha. But when I was growing up, when I graduated from Peabody High School, I was reading the Courier. Robert Vann was the publisher of the Courier. He was an alpha. And I read that Judge Homer Brown, one of the first black judges in Pittsburgh, was giving out scholarships. So I had a full scholarship sponsored by Judge Brown. Judge Brown, I found out, was an alpha. When I went to the University of Pittsburgh, there was a fellow named Mal Good. And Mal Good formed all of us in the city at Duquesne, Pitt, and Carnegie Mellon. And we met every Sunday in the church, and we called ourselves the Tri-U. And I found out that Mal Good was an alpha. At that time, one of my favorite persons, Adam Clayton Powell. Adam Clayton Powell was in the Congress, and he was an alpha. And then there was this guy named Martin Luther King. He was an alpha. So when I decided to join a fraternity, I too wanted to become an alpha, and I became an alpha. But because the alphas were on so many fronts, fighting for civil rights, I'm glad I was an alpha. Seeing the things in the South that Martin Luther King had done, and of course listening to his speech, his I Have a Dream speech, just motivated all of us throughout the United States.
Kappa Alpha has always been a very powerful influence in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I understood while I was at Pitt and we were learning about the sorority, how many women were committed to Alpha Kappa Alpha. And throughout my life history, my sorors, or sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha, have been the dearest people after my family in my church. And now, since I'm the only one member of my church who is remaining, and I live in a city alone, my Alpha Kappa Alpha sorors are my sisters. And they keep in touch with me, and they call, and when my family is here, they make themselves known. They give me gifts, but most of all, the best gift they give me is love. One of the things that the Alpha Kappa Alpha does, that I'm so glad about it, it's very community organized. They are constantly involved in programs, getting scholarship money. They emphasize support for the historically black colleges. And they enable each other. Whenever anything goes wrong, right or wrong, the support is there.
We are still marching forward, and marching forward to the higher heights that Martin Luther King was talking about, rather than the other persons who were talking about at any cost, would fight. But Martin Luther King was talking about fighting on a higher level, not by fighting with fists and all that sort of business, but striving to a higher level.
My thoughts about Martin Luther King were more practical, I think. Listening to his ideas and seeing how they applied to me. And this was, when I was in school and later. But I remember when I was in school, some of the best and finest women that I knew were members of Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Well, of course, Coretta, in the steps of her slain husband, carried on the fight. And you know, in terms of what we live in today, Michelle Obama truly is what Martin Luther King was talking about. When they go low, you go high.
That's right.
And that's what Martin Luther King was saying. Even though they were hitting us and striking us and carrying on, he said, don't give up. Rather than fight them, you pray for them.
That's right.
So today we're still doing it, you know.
That's right.
The fight's not over.
That's right. We have a monument to his dedication to love. We have monuments. We have places to go in Washington we couldn't go before.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole world accepts this concept. The whole world. I learned from Martin Luther King that you love other people. You learn how to do that. If you don't, then you need to get busy learning how to love other people.
Well, thank God for Martin Luther King Day. We celebrate the birthday of one of our greatest heroes. And don't forget about that. Teach our kids in our homes, in our schools, and in our churches. Keep teaching and learning, and let them learn about what we've gone through this United States.
Let's continue to think about the things we talked about. Let's continue to feel in our hearts love and support for each other. Let us continue to go to church. Let us continue to support the schools. Let us continue to have positive relationships wherever possible.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the